And now the most fun part of all. What if all four players come up to the net? That's the fourth and final point situation here. So let's say we have a server, server's partner, returner's partner, returner. We have the server make their serve, come right in behind it. Returner gets the ball cross court, maybe even keeps it low at the server's feet, moves in behind it. And so now we've got all four players trying to attack the net at the same time. Now, this is where things get exciting, and the lob is still in play here. Not super likely, but it's still possible. And the way that you decide where to position yourself in this situation, or not just like, but very similar to what I just talked about with both players up on your opponent's side of the court, it's completely dependent on the height of the ball as far as where you position yourself. So if this shot comes back and your partner, the returner, hits the ball low back to the feet of this server, closing in, now both you and your partner should be closing hard and towards the ball. Get as close as possible to be able to try to put the next shot away. And by the way, close as possible, you're probably only going to have time for like 2 or 3 steps max. So that doesn't mean most of the time, that doesn't mean you get all the way up to the net. You're probably not going to have that much time. Once the ball is struck, and by the time you identify it's getting low to this player, you're probably going to have time to move in about halfway between the service line and the net. If it turns out that this player does in fact pop it up, continue moving in, get close, and put it away from these two players, between them or off the court or whatever. If, in that original situation, the returner moves in and doesn't hit a great shot, maybe pops it up to the net player or hits it short and weak and it bounces up and now this player has a chance to attack, well, in that situation, you want to sit back closer to the service line, get ready to play defense. Or if it's really weak, maybe even back up a couple of steps to buy yourself some time and be able to react a little bit more quickly to the oncoming offensive shot from your opponents. But very much like the last scenario where we had 2 net players on the other side versus 1 net player on the close side, you really don't have to worry a lot about the lob. If you can get it low to either player, close in quickly, close in aggressively. If they can hit a half volley lob winner or a volley lob winner, then say nice shot. And the next time you're in that situation, force them to try it again. Of course, if they do it consistently, as with all the other situations, anytime your opponents show a particular skill to consistently hit a good shot in a specific circumstance, make an appropriate adjustment. So that might mean even though you get it down to their feet, if they happen to be good at hitting a volley lob or a half volley lob, you may only want to close in as tight as a step or 2 inside the service line. And if they don't lob it, at that point, close in. Try to take it high to give yourself advantage to try to put the ball away. Probably the biggest mistake I see players make is that they get to this point situation and all 4 players just hang out right on top of the service line and they get passive and it becomes just a volley battle back and forth. Now, this is a whole lot better than sitting on the baseline and playing really passively, but try to be the brave person and identify, look, when the ball starts dropping down low, that's your chance. Move in quickly, move in aggressively, and go to put it away. Don't be concerned about the lob in this situation. It's not like this situation where this player has all the time to see where you are. They're letting it bounce, letting it come to them. They have time to set up for the ball and hit as good of a lob as possible. Plus, the trajectory of hitting a lob from back here makes it much easier to make than trying to hit a lob from up here. There's much less space to be able to hit a big arcing shot over the head of either player. So it's just more difficult just geometrically from this position. So don't be concerned about it. Your plan A when it gets low should be to close in quickly, try to put the ball away. If it turns out they do have the skills to lob you, then make an adjustment. Don't close in so tight initially. Wait and see what they do, and then close in from there if you have the opportunity, if they do not, in fact, hit that lob.